Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be looking at region transfers, just going through the process of actually transferring from one region to another, and also thinking about some important things that you need to take into consideration when transferring regions. So the first thing you need to do is click options in the bottom right hand corner, and that will take you to the options screen, as you can see highlighted now. And then on this screen you need to click regions on the left hand side tabs, and this is where you can transfer from one region to another. Now first things first, you do actually need a transfer key. At the moment I do not have one, so if I wanted to transfer from one region to another, I'd have to click the plus sign in the top left hand corner, and I'd have to purchase one for 1,000 gold. This isn't 100% confirmed the actual price that it will cost, but it is most likely going to be the same price. However, if you are someone who is in the game when transfers originally get released, you should receive one key for free. However, if you're someone who comes into the game in the future after transfers has been released, you may not receive a free transfer key. There are three important things to take into consideration when transferring to a new region. Firstly, and most importantly, this is not region merging, this is region transfer. Your save file from one region will overwrite your save file in another region when you transfer. If you don't have any save file there already, then you're absolutely fine. However, if you do have characters in another region or any world map progress or anything, all this will be lost. This is transferring, not merging. Secondly, when you transfer away from a region, you may not be able to transfer back. It's highly likely you'll never be able to transfer back to that region. So if you're in region 1 and you transfer to region 2, in 6 months, a year, you decide, hey, I actually really would like to go back to region 1, it is very unlikely you're going to be able to transfer back to region 1. And the third important thing to really take into consideration is the region you're transferring to could also have a lot of people, especially when transfers are initially released, leaving that region. If it has one faction, two factions, maybe three factions, all deciding, actually, we don't like this region, we're going to move away, the activity is going to massively drop in that region. So you could be moving to a region that is going to actually be reduced in activity to the sort of activity that you've already got in your current region or less. So it might be worth actually just being patient. A week, 2 weeks, there's absolutely no rush in transferring regions initially. You've got a free key, it does last forever, and you can make your decision after you can sort of see the landscape of how active regions are after regions transfers has come in. I see a lot of regions advertising how active their region is. They cannot guarantee how active their region is going to be once transfers have been released, because they could lose a large number of factions in their region. So now we're going to go through the transfer process. It's pretty straightforward. Once you've got a key, you select the region that you want to transfer to and you click the transfer button. So right now, if I was in Upson and I wanted to transfer to, let's see, Putnam, I would click transfer and it would go through the transfer process. Now right now I'm in the beta region 5 and I'm going to transfer to beta region, and you can see the same process. I click transfer and it pops up with the screen telling me what I will take with me and what I will not be able to take with me. We're going to go through these full lists and I'll just read through them. What is transferred? Your roster, which is your characters, your character progress, mod configurations and team configurations. Your player profile, which is your name, player level, wins and losses, reputation and unlocked titles. Your town, which is buildings, upgrades, research and building progress. And of course your world map progress. Your completed scavenger missions and depots stock. Your inventory, which is your weapons, gear, battle items, mods and currencies. Your collection score and completed collections within the museum. Your missions and achievements progress. Your ceasefires and roster capacity increases. And your unclaimed reward messages. This is everything that will be transferred with you. Now let's check out the stuff that will not be transferred with you. And it's a much shorter list, but it is very important. Your tournament progress, if it's in the middle of a raid tournament, if it's in the middle of a level up tournament, and you have 1,000,000 points in level up, or if you have like 2,000-3,000 points in raid tournament, that progress will be wiped out when you go to a new region, and you'll have to either score this again if you want to achieve the same sort of standing on the leaderboard, or you're going to just be frustrated that you've lost all your score. It's better to leave during a break between tournaments, or leave before you actually start putting in resources on the current tournament. your inbox messages. So if you've got any important messages from your faction or friends in terms of invites to maybe certain chats, be it Line or Discord or something like this, you might want to note this information down because all of those will be lost. Faction memberships, obviously to leave a region, you're going to be leaving your faction, so you're going to be losing your faction membership. You'll have to join a new faction if you want to be in a faction in a new region, or if you're transferring with your faction, you'll have to create a new faction and all join up again on a new region. Unclaimed territory rewards and assault markers. So in territories, all those boxes, make sure you claim them before you transfer as well. Assault markers is during a faction assault, so you'd want to claim those, but realistically you'd want to transfer after you finish a faction assault. Scavenger mission progress, so anything that's underway, like a you got lucky, you will not be able to claim this in your new region, it will be reset. Now your assault tickets, this is something to note. If you're going to transfer as a faction, you might as well do a couple of faction assaults just to, you know, get rid of your faction assault tickets and spend them and get some quick rewards. Raid log entries, so that's the history of your raids. So that's all the region transfer info. Then you click the right arrow to go to the next screen. And it says, if you transfer during an event, your progress will be lost. This is just to 100% make sure you realize this. This includes leaderboard standings, progress towards rank, and milestone rewards, points, etc. Now the last screen is basically telling you that you won't be able to transfer back. As you say, please note that you may not be able to transfer back to this region after transferring. After transferring, you'll be unable to transfer regions again for 10 days. That's not too much of a problem. I'm actually surprised it's so short, but that's not too bad. Are you sure you wish to transfer to Beta region, or if you were to transfer to another region? If I was to transfer to Putnam, it would say, are you sure you want to transfer to Putnam? And then you just click transfer with the key, and obviously you have to have a key, and that's it. And this is the process of me doing it when I did it for my past video, and you can see the process was extremely fast, much faster than I expected it to be. For me, I could play within 20 seconds. I expected like maybe an hour. In a lot of other games I've seen transfers in, the transfer process takes up to 12 hours sometimes 24 hours. So you can seemingly play quite quickly. But it might be a bit slower based on if a lot of people are transferring when it initially gets released, then it could be slower overall. So that's the process of transferring regions, some important information and just maybe some smart information in terms of what you should maybe think about when you transfer. Are you guys deciding, to transfer regions? Have you already made your decision? Where are you transferring from? Where are you transferring to? Do let me know, guys. But that's the end of this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.